Hello, most illustrious Dr. Barnes. Welcome to my second creative response. Um, this response intends to focus on folate and its role in fetus development and also kind of what the ramifications of a folate deficiency in adults might be. So, let's begin by defining what a folate is. Um, folate is a generic name given to a host of B9 vitamins, including folic acid, dihydrofolate, also known as DHF, um, and a few different forms of tetrahydrofluorates, which are all known as THF. Um, B9 is a water soluble vitamin. That's going to come important later on. Um, Speaking of the THFs, for example, N10 formal THF is one form of THF, which is the most oxidized form, and N5 methyl THF is the most reduced form. Folic acid is unique in the sense that it is synthesized. It is a synthesized form of folate, which is used as an additive to all enriched grain products, namely flour, here in the United States. But there are several countries that fortify their grains with folic acid. Um, so why uh what is folate's role in the body? Like why would we need to enrich our food with it? So folate is required for one carbon metabolism, such as amino acid and nucleotide metabolism. Um, THF is used to make thymine, which is needed for DNA synthesis. Folate is converted to dihydrofolate, then to tetrahydrofluorate. Um, DUMP is converted into DTMP by thymid by thymidylate synthase, which is up there at the top of this circle. Um, and the methyl donor is N5N10 methylene tetrahydrofolate, producing 7,8 dihydrofolate. Um, this is reduced to tetrahydrofolate, which uses NADPH, which is the bottom right of this circle. Um, then back to N5N10 methylene tetrahydrofolate, so that it can kind of start the cycle over again. The DUMP to DTMP is kind of the important part of this whole reaction. So Whitham et al. Note in their article 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate and the acetinosyl methionine cycle in mouse tissues that dietary folate has been linked to a number of human pathologies, uh, including neural tube defects, also known as NTDs, orofacial clefts, neurological disorders, gastrointestinal disease, cancer, and coronary heart disease. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention um, claim that folic acid fortification has led to approximately 1,300 babies being born healthy each year in the United States. So, what does this folate actually do? As stated earlier, folates are required for nucleotide synthesis due to how rapidly cells divide during the development of the neural tube. Embryos require large amounts of nucleotides during DNA replication. Barber et al. Suggests that if neuroepithelial cells are not supplied with enough nucleotides, cellular replication will slow down, and the development of the neural folds will be retarded. And that's kind of what leads to a lot of these birth defects, or just stunted development in fetuses. This hypothesis was supported by the splotch embryos mouse model. In this model, a deficiency of DTMP biosynthesis was observed. It was shown that the NTDs could be rescued by folic acid or thymidine supplementation, which suggests that folic acid prevents NTDs by rescuing de novo thymolate biosynthesis. So it kind of makes sense as to why a folic acid deficiency would greatly impact fetus development. But I was also interested in some of the symptoms that adults experience. It kind of stood out to me that the claim that gastrointestinal disease can be caused by a deficiency in folate. As stated earlier, folate is an essential vitamin, so it makes sense that a gastrointestinal disease could lead to a folate deficiency, but the reverse being true, the folate deficiency leading to a gastrointestinal disease. It's kind of really weird to me, kind of weird to think about. Unfortunately, in my research, the only thing that I could really find half decent information on was colorectal or gastric cancer. Those are the only gastrointestinal diseases that I could find folate deficiency being listed as a cause of, and that's among a few other cancers. But cancer being a cause of folate deficiency seems to be linked to the incorporation of uracil into the DNA and chromosome breaks. These have been shown to greatly increase your chance of getting cancer. As a little side note, I also thought that heart problems were a really interesting side effect of folate deficiency, and looking into that, it kind of makes sense if you think about it, because folate converts homocysteine into methionine, and there's several studies that show that high levels of homocysteine increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. Here are my works cited for this project. I want to thank you again for allowing me the extra day to work on this project. I've definitely learned a lot about folate in these last 2 days, and it's definitely been really interesting kind of tracking down the mechanism behind what's going on with these folate deficiencies, and how it kind of causes these diseases and lack of development in humans and fetuses. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.